everyone, my name's Amanda and welcome to my channel. Today I made gluten-free pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and let me tell you, they're so soft and delicious and just so chocolatey, so full of flavor. So let me show you how I made them. Let's get started. In this recipe, we're going to use the King Arthur's Baking Company gluten-free measure for measure flour, and it's gluten-free. It's my favorite to use. And we're also going to use some salt, some chocolate chips, some baking soda, room temperature butter, brown sugar, white sugar, pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin puree, vanilla extract, and some cinnamon. Add half a cup of room temperature softened butter, half a cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cups of white sugar. Now that you have the butter and both sugars together, you're going to want to mix it nicely. If you forget to bring your butter out in the morning to make it room temperature by the time you bake, it's okay to just zap it for about 20 seconds just to get it softened, but I definitely recommend room temperature butter. Also, if you're in a pinch and you think your butter is completely softened, but it's not, and you're mixing it and you feel like it needs to be softer, you can go ahead and take the whole bowl and zap it in the microwave for 15 seconds, even with the sugar included. Okay, so we're going to use pumpkin puree. This one's from Aldi's, and it says gluten-free on it. I love when they label their stuff saying it's gluten-free. And we're going to need half a cup of this. The rest of the pumpkin puree, I'm going to put in an airtight container, and it's good for 4 to 7 days in your refrigerator. I don't want to waste this. I know I'll probably be baking something soon with some pumpkin. Now we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This one I get from Costco. Now we're going to mix it all nicely together. Okay, now we're going to add our dry ingredients, and we need 2 cups of gluten-free flour. This is my favorite to use. It's the King Arthur Baking Company gluten-free measure for measure flour. It's gluten-free, and I love that there's no wheat. I know I talk about this in a lot of my videos, but you really have to be very careful because some of the stuff that says that it's gluten-free does contain wheat in them. So be very careful, double check your ingredients, even do some research on it, look it up. Anyways, so we're going to add 2 cups of this. Had some pumpkin on my finger. And I'm not strong enough, so I need some scissors. I love to get this from Walmart. I pay $8.62 for it, and I also saw that they had it on Amazon for the same price as well, for $8.62. And in this bag, you do get 3 pounds. All right, so we need 2 cups of this gluten-free flour. One teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and here's what I'm using for cinnamon, and this one I get from Costco. We go through cinnamon a lot. Now we're going to need 2 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. This one I get from Walmart. Here are the ingredients on it. I've not had any issues with it being gluten-free. Now we're going to mix this all together. The next time I make these cookies, because they were really tasty and delicious, and my family really loved them for our Friday family movie night, I'm actually going to make a double batch and then freeze a good amount of it so that way I can have for other times with the kids, or pull them out and then heat them up and have them after school, or even for like another Friday family movie night. Just makes my time easy when I make things in a double batch. Add a cup of chocolate chips. And if you go to freeze them, I highly recommend doing the flash freeze on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. So once you put all your cookie dough together and you shape them up, then put them on the parchment paper and into the freezer. And then once they're completely solid, then you can put them in a Ziploc bag. Definitely label what they are, when you've put them in, and also how long you should bake them for and the temperature setting. And they're good for 3 months. And then also, now that our batter is all blended up, we're going to try to remove as much as the batter we can from the beaters, and then also scrape down the sides, because you really want to get all that yumminess for your cookies, so you have more cookies than all that batter still in the bowl. You don't want to waste any of that, especially it being gluten-free. Gluten-free flour is not cheap, so definitely be smart about it. The oven is preheating to 350 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and shape these up because they look really good. This is a new recipe. I've not had this before. I've always wanted to try a pumpkin gluten-free cookie. So I have really been exploring with a lot of pumpkin recipes lately. One, my kids absolutely love stuff with pumpkin, so I'm all about that. So let's go ahead and start shaping these up. I almost forgot to put aluminum foil down before I started shaping my cookies. I like using aluminum foil with my cookies over parchment paper. You can use either one, it's perfectly fine. Now we're gonna use some nonstick spray. Spray it nicely. This spray I get from Aldi's, and it is gluten-free. It doesn't say that it is labeled gluten-free, but I definitely looked it up, and it said that it was gluten-free. There was nothing alarming about the ingredients, so it's perfectly fine. But do your research to make sure that it's accommodating to your allergy.
Ow. I want one.
You want one?
I want one.
Shaping them up into balls, and I made them kind of small, and then I decided, you know what, I actually want them larger. I want them to be this size compared to the smaller size, because who doesn't want a nice big yummy cookie? So I definitely reshaped them into a different size than I had first started with. For this first cookie tray, I did a total of 8 cookies on it. I really wanted to see how they baked. And then the second batch, I did 11 on the tray, and that worked perfectly fine. So I got a total of 19 cookies out of this. I wanted to add some more chocolate chips to the top, so that way it would look really neat when it was done baking, because when you add the chocolate chips into the batter, you know, they kind of get really just all mixed in there and hidden underneath the cookie dough, but I wanted some on top. Our oven is now preheated to 350 degrees. I have some cookies rolled up. At first I started to make them really small, but then I was like, you know, it's Friday family movie night. I kind of want to have a nice decent sized cookie. So I made them a little bit larger, and then I put some extra chocolate chips on top, because who doesn't want a little extra chocolate? So we're going to bake these for 13 to 18 minutes. But I'm going to check them right at 13, because I like when my cookies are really nice and soft. I don't want them hard and like super crunchy. I want to really like enjoy it and it just be like almost like soft as butter. So let's go ahead and get these in the oven. And you want them to just get a little bit of golden brown on the edge. All right, so we'll be back in 13 minutes to check on them. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting some more going. These cookies are so delicious. I originally wanted to make homemade vanilla ice cream in the morning, but we had to run some errands, and then I didn't have enough time to do that. It wouldn't be ready by the end of the night. And so I really wanted to get this done so I could at least have this for our Friday family movie night. But I think if I was to do with the ice cream sandwiches after making these, is to take the cookie when it's rounded up like this and then really flatten it thin. So that way when you have like an ice cream sandwich, it's thin, it's not really thick. I think that would be a perfect consistency. And you know, they were really soft. So for an ice cream sandwich, I think it would be ideal. It would just be a really nice, fun flavor. Now, since this is my first time making these cookies, I didn't put a lot of cookies on the first tray, because I I was not 100% sure how much the cookie would actually relax as it baked in the oven. Sometimes gluten-free cookies can be very moundful, so I don't have a lot on this one right now. I'm going to see how that one looks when they're done, and maybe split the trays up between two and then pop them in the oven. So let me put this in the sink and wash my hands up. I just got these really cute pot holders the other day at the dollar store when I was getting stuff for my boo buckets for my kids. Oh, there goes the timer. But they're so cute. Yeah, so at the dollar store for $1.25. They're really festive for upcoming Halloween. All right, so let's go ahead and take these out and check on them. They look really, really tasty. I think I'm gonna put them in for 1 more minute though, but right now they're at 13 minutes. But seeing that they are still perfectly shaped, they didn't spread out as much as I thought they would. I wasn't 100% sure, to be honest, because gluten-free cookies can, depending on what you put in them when you make them. So we're gonna go ahead and add some chocolate chips to these ones as well. And I can just pop these in once these are done because, they didn't spread. So it'll be really nice to just bake these all at once. 30 seconds left. And there goes our timer. All right. I'm gonna give them 1 more minute. I don't want to overcook them, but I really want like a really nice, soft, tasty cookie. And I don't want to undercook them either. So we will continue putting chocolate chips on these while we're waiting. The last cookies I made were the brown sugared oatmeal cookies, and I made a big batch of those for my kids, and I froze a good portion of them, and they're really nice. And I love those gluten-free, but I haven't had those ones in a while because the last ones I made had wheat in them. So this will be a treat to have a cookie that's gluten-free. But the brown sugar oatmeal cookies are really tasty. I will link that in the description box down below so you can check those out because they are really good. All right, I'll get that in just a second. Almost done getting these chocolate chips on these cookies. So that's 15 minutes now in there. They look really good. They did relax a little, not a lot. Let me show you how they look because they look really cute and just yummy. So this is what it looks like. 15 minutes in the oven. The notes in the recipe actually suggested to put some chocolate chips on top once you pull them out of the oven. So let's go ahead and try that out to see how that looks. Plus adding some more chocolate. Nothing wrong with that. I will put the recipe that I used for this in the description box down below. So if you want to check that out, you can. I will also link some other recipes that I talked about in this video as well in the description box down below. Now you don't have to add the chocolate chips to the top as soon as they come out and they're warm. You don't have to. It's definitely optional. I will say that it made it so chocolatey and gooey and yummy and delicious, and just, if you love chocolate, oh, it's so delicious. These ones are now ready to go into the oven, and I'm going to bake these ones for 15 minutes. Nice one, buddy. Want me to push it back? The cookies that I pulled out earlier have cooled for a little bit, so now I'm going to go ahead and transfer them to my plate. Definitely let them cool before transferring them though. It does make a difference because you don't want the cookie to like really fall apart because these were really nice and soft. They're almost done. It smells really nice in here. I cannot wait to try one. They look really good. And I'm really happy that I was able to get all these cookies on this tray at once. Worked out perfect. So let's go ahead and add some chocolate chips to the tops to these ones while they're nice and warm. And I actually just put my chocolate chips away, so let me grab those again. If I leave them out, my youngest, he wants them. So he saw them. I gave him a few. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put them away. I don't need them right now. So he'll be like, can I have some more? Hi. They smell so good. I'm excited I can try one of these because they've definitely cooled down. So it's Friday family movie night. And so tonight, my daughter and I, well actually after school, after I picked my kids up, my daughter and I are gonna make some chocolate cookies for my husband. He's been asking for some other kind of cookies other than oatmeal. So I was like, you know what, I got a recipe. You love these ones. I've made them before. So my daughter and I, we're gonna make them after school. She always loves getting in the kitchen with me. So that's gonna be some fun stuff to do. Let me put these away. I don't know, I really like oatmeal cookies and so do my kids, so if they like it, that makes me happy. So I'm definitely gonna make some dad cookies for my husband so he can enjoy something too. But these look great. I'm gonna let these ones cool down and let me show you how they look because they look really great. Like, look at that one. Look at all those chocolate chips on top. Which one do I want to go with? Oh. Oh, it's so nice and soft. Wow. Look at that. Wow. I've never had a pumpkin cookie. This is really good. Wow. Super, super chocolatey. So soft. Do not, excuse me, do not skimp on the chocolate. Definitely add the chocolate chips to it, even on the top. I know it's like really messy and gooey, but wow, it's so good. It's so good. It's really good. You will definitely really like it. I was hoping I would have had enough time to make some homemade ice cream this morning, but we kind of got busy and did some errands because I thought it would have been really fun to make ice cream cookie sandwiches doing this with some vanilla ice cream in the middle. So I don't know, maybe tomorrow if there's still some left, maybe I'll make some homemade ice cream and this will be a real treat. But they're so tasty, so delicious. I'm gonna let those cool down and then I'll plate those up. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend. Bye guys. Is it good? You like it? You're a chocolate monster. Look at you. Want to wash your hands? Okay.